afternoon, how are you? Rob from SydneyEv here, and once again, welcome to Cloudbase. But first off, how are you? I hope you're well, and thank you for watching, really much appreciated. So, first up, Skoda is expanding into Australia. Yes, with some EVs, believe it or not. So what's coming? Well, we got the two electric RS models. They're both locked in now, and they are coming to Australia. The first one is the facelift, the Enyaq, the RS. Not to confuse with the Enya, the sailing away, and the all-new Elroq RS, both arriving next year, 2026. But yes, both wearing the Skoda's new modern solid design language, whatever that means. I'm assuming it's marketing, buzzword, technical boardroom speak, I don't know. Oh yeah, nice little tree branch there. The Enyaq RS is already sold here as a coupe SUV. You know, again, whatever that is, it's a coupe or an SUV. Make up your mind. Cars these days, I don't know. But the facelift version will also come in the wagon style body, so even better news. So you can have your performance, you can have your practicality, may even fit a dog in the back, which is great. Dog up there agrees. And also the Elroq RS, the first time in Oz. So the Elroq, not to be confused with the Balrog, coming to Australia for the first time. So can't say that for Middle Earth though. It sort of got there a while ago, I think. It's expected to join Q2 2026, and it'll be the base variant 85 Select and the 130 edition versions. I'm assuming those are 130 and 80. I don't know what that means. Tell me in the comments below, I don't know. Like Doggo up there says, you know, both of them, the RS models are going to share the same powertrain, the same dual motors, the one per axle, front and rear, just happen with dual motors, happens quite a lot. 250 kilowatts combined output, 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds, so pretty decent for an EV. Pretty slow for a performance EV, which is what their marketing pushes with these, I think, being the RS badged. But still way faster than any combustion version of the Skodas or any combustion version of most performance cars, which is kind of cool. Top speed is 180 k's an hour. It's not the fastest down the runway racetrack if you're going to be racing cars on the track day. Quick, but not terrifying, so that's good. That is a drain. Speaking of which, range and battery. I have no idea why drains have anything to do with range and battery. Or maybe they do, I don't know. Yeah, both have a battery capacity of 79 kilowatt hours, not too bad. WLTP range comes in around about 562, so probably count on 490 to 500 in the real world, which is still pretty good. And in the Enya Sail crossover, which is similar to the coupe, you get 572 kilometers out of the Balrog. So yes, the Balrog wins by a nose, or a whip, or a fire, if you're into that. Styling and features. Maybe the drain comes in the styling and features. All this other piece of pine for us to have here. But yeah, visually, both wear the gloss black accents, the roof rails on top, so you can put your skis or your snowboards or your kayaks or your surfboards, that sort of thing. Window trims, Skoda lettering, so you can spell Skoda, and revised bumper bars. So they spent up big on the fundamental cosmetic upgrades, so you know it's a slightly different model from the previous one, so people driving the previous one would want to spend money buying the new model, but still get the same thing, but looks different. But inside those where it matters, you'll get a faux suede leather, green lime stitching, lime green stitching, or green lime, whichever way you like your limes. You get stainless steel pedal covers, which is great, I guess. I've never really bothered with pedal covers when your feet are on there. I suppose you can grip them with your toes, that might help, because you know you can't legally drive barefoot in Australia, I think, can you? I don't know. I think you can. I do. So there's that. Make sure your thongs aren't in the footwell though, or your shoes there. Put them somewhere else so they don't get jammed under there, because that could be bad. And wheel options too. 20 or 21 inches. What happens to good old-fashioned 18s and 19s? Tyres you could afford. But yeah, they're round, they're alloy, and they have rubber around them. And yes, Mamba green paint is exclusive to all the RS versions of the Skoda, which is good. So to make you stand out in the school pickup line, that's for sure. So where do they fit? Well, on a road, obviously, and probably a garage. So basically the Balrog and the Enya Sail the RS models also joined the other RS lines called the Octavia and the Kodak Moment RS, but they also run on petrol, which is, you know, but these EV versions are quicker. And that comes with all the attitude, handling that goes along with the RS badge, which is cool. So if you're waiting for your Skoda to go electric without going boring, well, they've done it, the RS models. Check them out. Pricing and specs will be confirmed later to launch, so I'll do another video when they come out when I actually get that data. But the RS Sail away, the RS Enya Sail away is expected to come in around about the 80 grand mark. So a bit on the upper side. That puts them in the Model 3. But then again, the Model Y performance was just released by Tesla today, coming in at mid-90s. So it's getting, yeah, a few more options up there in the 90k performance EV market. I thought I might go over here, the more wild sections where I'm more likely to get bitten by a snake. Not quite yet, they're probably still hibernating. Winter's still got a sting in his tail. Still a small snow forecast. So I don't know. I'll just keep a lookout and make sure I'm not stepping on any native bitey wildlife down here. Oh yeah, what was I saying before? The Zeekr 7X is officially approved for sale in Australia, and apparently it's fast, looks sleek, and it can tow 2 tonnes. That 2 tonnes might not be enough for everybody who actually never tows anything, because, you know, they all want the 3 tonnes to tow the 14 jet skis, 2 trail bikes, 8 caravans, across the Simpson Desert, via Elroq, on the way to Bunnings. But this story was spotted by EV enthusiast Zap.au, so yeah, follow him on the usual socials there. The approval doc showed 2,000 kilos of brake to towing. Not too bad. So yes, not just for school runs and supermarket car parks, you'll actually get your Bunnings stuff too, which is great news. It'll also get you all that stuff back home without having to hire a ute. That's usually what I do. Like, if I'm going to go get lots of stuff in Bunnings, I don't have a ute. So I'm not going to go buy a ute just for that. I'll just go borrow a Bunnings ute. It's like $50 a day. Why wouldn't you? Oh yeah, anyway, what was I talking about? The Zika. That towing capacity in years actually makes it one of the few EV SUVs that can actually tow. And it's actually not too bad. 2,000 kilos is a pretty good. So it'll carry something heavier than bruised egos from petrol drivers and petrol SUV drivers, which is good. And also, it's still faster than your angry Ranger driver. Because everybody knows you can't spell Ranger without anger. But yeah, okay, let's get the important part. What do we got? Pricing. The rear-wheel drive version comes in $57,990. Not too bad for an SUV. The long-range version, $63,990. Pretty good. Up there, we're looking at Tesla Model Y numbers now. But yeah, the all-wheel drive performance version, $72,000. All this price is before your taxes on roads, depending where you live. So yeah, you still might need the budget, because the all-wheel drive performance version is up there. It's in Tesla range, Tesla territory, but could be a good thing. So what do you actually get for your money? Well, the entry-level rear-wheel drive only gets 75 kilowatt LFP battery. Not bad. 480 k's of range. Pretty good. Again, it's WL to per, so you're probably going to get 400 k's of range of real. Towing 2,000 kilos, a lot less obviously, but its charging speed's up to 450 kilowatts. And so yeah, decent charge rate there. So if you want a decent long road trip, the charging will, mean you might be able to order a coffee in Lamington, but you're not going to get the Lamington scoff down before your car's done charging. It's also very rare for current of about 60k to have that sort of charge rate, which is pretty nice. Nice to have. Oh yeah, the long range and the performance specs. No snakes yet. That's good. It's still alive. It's up here we have Highland copperheads, which can be lethal. But mostly, I've only seen ones, and they're very polite snakes, I've heard. But yeah, what was I saying? The long range version bumps up the battery to 100 kilowatts NMC. The range jumps up to 615 k's with the per, which means maybe 500 to 550 real world. Again, towing 2 tonne, not quite that much, that's for sure. And that's only 6k more. So for an extra 6k, you're buying an extra 130 k's of range. So you can do the math, or not. Performance all-wheel drive uses the same 100 kilowatt hour battery, but adds a second motor, hence a dual motor thing. 0 to 103.8, which is seriously quick for an SUV. Oh yeah, and that range drops to 543 k's, or whether to put, which means 500 k's. But again, you're lugging around the second motor, and you got all the extra power. So like, most EVs, the performance specs, not quite the same range as the long range versions, but you expect that with power. With power comes greater range reduction. Anyway, because 2 motors are heavier, obviously. Other good news for the Zeekr though too is it comes with vehicle to load. All variants come with V2L, which is great. Outputs 3.3 kilowatts. So you can run your fridge, your microwave, your camping projector, electric blankets if you're camping, who knows. So yeah, you can probably charge an iMe with the Zika, which is good. Inside though, it's heading more towards a minimalist look. I think it's like trying to copy Tesla with that sort of aesthetic, which isn't too bad. I like it. Because I like to just drive, look out the window, see what's out there. I don't care about inside the car when I'm driving the car. Full of the usual Chinese tech, the big screens, and it also has switches if you like fondling things and switching things. So best of both worlds there, screens and switches. What's not to love? It also gets vibrator seats, Snapdragon chip processing power, and enough ambient lighting to make the Neo Firefly jealous. Remember the Neo Firefly, the lighting in that, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, it also comes in black. Nice. Also, MG. Now for MG's big EV push, I better get some heavy machinery, which hasn't moved in years, if not decades. It still smells after all these years sitting here. Yeah. Anyway, I was saying, yes, MG. They're launching more BEVs, battery electric vehicles, more plug-in hybrids, and more EREVs, extended range EVs. And what they're doing is they're throwing in about 1.2 billion euro into the plan to try to get this push through. Which means more EVs for Australia, more EVs for the world, cleaner air, better for everybody, rather than that stinking thing. They're going for the dual hatchback strategy apparently. The 2006 MG4 is confirmed for Australia, it's coming, in 2 flavours, a front wheel drive and a rear wheel drive and an all wheel drive. Now for the smart people out there would have noticed I said 2 flavours, it's coming in 3. The Neapolitan ice cream? Yes. Either that or I just can't read. both. It's also coming in city spec versus sporty specs. Choose your fighter, as they say. Yeah, the new FWD MG4 would be the affordable option. Comes with 2 battery sizes, 43 kilowatt hours, targeting at under 38 grand. Nice. The 54 kilowatt hour version, which is the extended range, obviously bigger battery, goes further. Who knew, right? Coming in at 437 k's of range and at 530 k's of range on the CLTC cycle. So that's the Chinese cycle. I don't know how that converts to real world range over here. So obviously the turbo range will be less, obviously. Built on a different platform than what they're doing now. Going for a softer styling look, apparently. A longer body, because everybody loves a good long body. Bigger wheelbase, so that means it'll probably handle a bit better, a bit more smoother riding, and yeah, just more stable. A longer wheelbase equals more stability usually. So basically what they're going is for the MG4 Urban, but without the badging just yet. It's not yet. But don't forget, we're going to have the rear-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive versions. Maybe the other flavours. These other 2 flavours. I think these are the chocolate and strawberry. No one likes vanilla. The current MG4 lineup isn't going anywhere, believe it or not, but it's getting streamlined. 1 battery, 64 kilowatt hours across the range, available in rear-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive X-Power version. Price is expected to stay up above about the 40k, because you know, it's still going to cost money, but these are sort of new coming in, where the existing range will still stay in that market spot. And the strategy is clear, basically. Your the FWD, front wheel drive, God, remember one of those days. It's for city drivers, obviously. The cheaper, the smaller version, shorter range, great for city, great for urban environments, which is what most people do anyway. The rear wheel drive, the all-wheel drive, they're aiming for the enthusiasts, the driving enthusiasts like myself, who like a bit of handling, like a dirt road fun, like country windy roads, that sort of thing. So you can basically buy the car that suits your personality, which is fantastic news. But they're bringing in 13 of them. That's the plan over the next few years, so keep an eye for MG, and that means more content for me to make videos about news about them when I get here. And hopefully more people would like, comment, subscribe, and I might get more followers, and I might actually get some cars to drive out in these lovely, fantastic country rural roads I have around here, because they are fun, because I do live here. So, yeah. So like I said, thank you for watching, much appreciated. If you got this far through this longer video, I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I really hope you're well, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully. Okay, bye.